state semifinals going down here in Bellevue, Ohio at Robert Peters Park. You can check out all the action coming up here next. Mason takes on Poland after this.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the oh.report.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside of our pregame coverage here in Bellevue, Ohio. One of these two teams today, Poland or Mason, will advance tomorrow into the championship of the Little League International 11U State Finals. Good evening, folks. I'm Brian Skowronski. Joshua Banks is joining me here tonight in two of the very best programs that have established themselves as a great team this season. Josh has gotten down here to the nitty-gritty. This is the very end of the season at this age level. This is what these kids have been working for all summer. It's finally arrived, and now they get a chance to try to put themselves into tomorrow's final. So you can feel it, man. There's a good energy around here, and these kids, they're gassed up.
Yeah, these kids are pumped. They're excited. This is what they play for. This is it for them. They play all summer to get to this point. There's nothing after it. They're trying to play tomorrow. They're trying to win a state championship.
So you could say that this is like the World Series here of the 11U in the state of Ohio. And both of these teams have been great since they have entered in the tournament. Each of them with 5 victories up to this point, Josh, and against some really solid competition, because to play, of course, and get here to the state tournament, there's no lack of talent any of these teams out here.
No, you're going through a district tournament where you have 2, 3, some districts have 5 or 6 teams, and then you're coming here and playing 8 or 9 more teams. Competition's great. These kids are here for it. You see them lining up now. I'm excited for a fun game. I think almost every game that's been played at this park this week has went to extra innings.
So we would expect nothing less here tonight as Mason and Poland are all lined up. We'll get a chance to meet both rosters here. So I think I'm going to turn it over here, and we'll let the PA announcer do his thing.
Number 13, Sawyer Simmerlink. Number 10, Alex Corbell. Number 7, Josh Wade. And number 35, Nico Pizzulo. And for your home team from Mason, number 17, Gavin Gadzecki. Number 7, Rowan Rhodes. Number 4, Easton Gahan. Number 22, Nathaniel Beal. Number 27, Damian Gutierrez. Number 1, Dylan Wagner. Number 99, Ian Jarbo. 33, William Colvin. Number 26, Blake Tobin. Number 82, Colton Crease. Number 9, A.J. Engel. And number 12, Stan Smeck. At this time, boys, I would like you to remove your hats and we will be reciting the Little League Pledge. Please repeat after me. I trust in God. I love my country. And will respect its laws. I will play fair and strive to win. But win or lose, I will always do my best. And now, if you could please remove your hats and stand if you are able for the playing of our national anthem. ready to play ball.
That is one heck of an introduction here. I love that they have them have the Little League pledge when they're out there on the field, Josh, just to remember that this is a game we're out here, we're trying to have fun, but also you got to respect your teammate, respect yourself.
And that's what it's all about for these kids. You know, we're trying to teach them respect each other, respect everybody here. You know, these kids are out here, they're kids, they're playing a game. Let them play the game, let them have fun, let them compete. That's what we're trying to teach them.
And speaking of fun, I got to spend just a little bit of time in the Mason dugout a few minutes ago, and I just got a feeling that this is a squad, they've been having a great week. They've been staying at the Red Roof End. They wanted to class it up a little bit, so the RRI, according to this group. But that's since Saturday. So this is a squad that's been hanging out nonstop, been here in town. Big sacrifice, as you know. You've got some kids playing baseball at this level that are here all week as well, trying to take them out, see the best that Bellevue and Northwest Ohio has to offer. And it seems like, from what I gathered, that they've had a heck of a week, but they'd love to cap it off, of course, making it to the title game.
I mean, and that's what you're playing for. Both these teams come in with one loss. You and I talked about it earlier. Both of these teams are 5-1 in the state tournament. Both of their one losses hitting on them for tomorrow night in Cuyahoga Falls. They both know what they're looking at. They just got to go through each other to get there.
And I'm sure each of them chomping at the bit, an opportunity to get back to even with Cuyahoga Falls if they can get there tomorrow. But you got to take business here tonight. And a look on our instant replay here, presented by the MG Carpet Care folks. Great run out here by Mason, and they'll be on defense first. So Poland will be up to bat, and they'll have Maceo Bannon leading things off when we get underway. He'll have to deal with starting pitcher Gavin Gatsky, who's earned a cool nickname, I think, this week over the loudspeakers. They've accidentally been calling him Godzaki, so he's been called the Japanese Wonder by his teammates all week.
And I tell you what, nice little nifty tool. I got a little pocket radar in my hands. You see kids that are 11 years old throwing 52, 54, even some kids touching 60. It's going to make for a fun night of baseball.
Now batting and leading
And
off,
we are all set.
22, Maceo.
Here comes Maceo Bannon stepping in, looking down the line to his coach for some instructions as he awaits the first pitch from the lefty. And Gatsky sends it in there for a called strike.
Throw hard, throw fast, throw it down the middle, make them put it in play. It's the name of the game.
Second pitch catches the outside corner. So it's no balls, 2 strikes. And a great start here for Gavin. Shake off a little bit of those nerves playing in a big tournament game. But this one frog hops right off a home plate for the first ball.
Great spot to miss, though, for your first ball. Throw it low, see if he'll chase it, see what's going to happen. Can't ask for a better pitch as a coach. Umpire probably didn't like it too much, caught him in the chest.
Good contact, and it makes its way through the gap down the third base side, and it's a lead-off hit for Bannon to set the stage here for Drake Volsich.
Number 27.
Great swing by the leadoff guy. Do anything you can to get on base. He's down 1-2 in the count. Drives a fastball to left field, gets through that hole.
First pitch, it's a swing and a miss by Drake. One of the leaders in this tournament at state right now. 3 ribbies. Of course, would love nothing more than to add to that total right here.
Yeah, get number 4 here. Put your team up 1-0.
Good eye takes that one upstairs. So 2 balls and a strike.
Hitters count here.
And this one slaps again through the gap. The throw over to third goes overhead, and it is 1-0. Poland strikes first.
And Drake standing on second. Great heads-up base running. As the right fielder attempted to get the out at first, couldn't quite get the pick from the first baseman. Throw to third goes over the third baseman's head. They're up 1-0, and Drake gets another RBI.
So an excellent start here. After falling behind in the count, Bannon gets a board. He comes home on the hit by Vlasic. And now Jackson Vrona, starting center fielder today. Good size standing in there at the dish.
Big kid, big power on the bat. Line drive up the middle.
Well played there by the center fielder Rhodes to make sure that didn't go for extra bases, but now it's runners on the corners here for Poland.
Nobody out, clean up, batter up. What more better position could you be in if you're Poland than where you're at right now to start this game?
The other starting pitcher here tonight, Dante Carcetti.
I thoroughly expect the kid on first, Verota, to steal here.
Swings at that one down low. Taylor made for a double play. They'll at least get the runner at second, but coming home is Vlasic, and it's 2-0 Poland.
Get the lead runner, get the out. Almost bobbled at second. A little bit of a low toss there from the shortstop to the second baseman. Almost made that a catastrophic mistake.
RBI fielder's choice for Dante Carcetti, helping the cause. And that's Luke Bushy's turn. First lefty-on-lefty matchup that we've had so far. Slapper towards first. It's bobbled and safe.
Something we'll see a lot at this level is those small mistakes, because these kids are 9, 10, 11 years old. You see those small mistakes. How do they bounce back? How do they rebound from that small mistake to make the next play?
So it goes down as an E3. Blake Tobin typically would make that play. As this one slapped over at the third baseman. Wisely stepping for the out is Dylan Wagner.
Great heads-up play there by Dylan at third. Touched the bag. He thought about ripping it to first. Probably didn't want to make a bad throw and let another run score, so he was content. Get the out. Let's just run with it from there.
The lead runner goes down, and now it's a first pitch strike into Dom Holtz. Or excuse me, Max Kopax. And now it's 0-2. Gatsky a chance to try to get out of the inning.
Runners on the corners now. Don't even worry about that runner at third. If you're the pitcher, get your out. You're up 0-2 in the count, and there's strike three.
2 runs on the board, though, for Poland here in the top of the first. Mason coming up right after this.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the oh.report.
Nice start for Poland at the plate. They hang a 2 spot on the board in their offensive half of the first. Now it's Mason's turn, and they will try to match or do better against starter Dante Carcetti. I'm Brian Skowronski, joined by Joshua Banks here this evening in a cool night here in Bellevue. It's obviously kind of peak summer heat along a lot of the state. It's cloud coverage and can't ask for much better baseball weather here tonight.
Not much better baseball weather, not much bigger game for these boys, and no rain. That's all we can ask for. It's cool, it's breezy.
80 degrees, mostly cloudy.
Yeah, mostly cloudy, around 80 degrees out here, and no rain period throughout this tournament since they started this thing back on Saturday, I believe.
Yep.
So the good Lord has blessed them with great baseball weather.
Number 17, Gavin Gatsky.
I see we've got a few comments coming in. I want to say what's up to Casey watching out in my home state of Colorado. Was just out there enjoying the great outdoors a couple of weeks back, and I want to go back and see Mama again already, man. I'm already getting homesick.
1-1 count, and that weather you got to experience out there looked absolutely beautiful from what I've seen.
Indeed. Gatsky lifts this one towards center. Play cannot be made. Bannon made a good charge at it, but it loops in there for a leadoff single.
Yeah, the effort there by the second baseman, probably the center fielder's ball. Second baseman made a great effort to go get it.
So Poland up by 2 on our Northern Spray Foam scoreboard. But Mason looking to answer here. This is Rowan Rhodes hitting for a 200 average so far during this state tournament. 1-1 count now. Dante reached back on that one, had some pretty good pop in the catcher's mitt, but it's off target for ball 2.
Two count now. Let's see what he does here.
The pitch. It's off speed. Rhodes clips it out of play. And it remains 2-2. Gavin Gatsky standing over on first. And at this level, folks, no leadoffs on the base path. Got to stay tethered until the ball crosses the plate.
And that's tough for a lot of these kids because we were talking about earlier, travel baseball is kind of taking over the baseball world. As he walks Rhodes. In the travel ball world, when you start kid pitch at 9U, you can lead off. So these kids go from playing travel ball where they can play high school rules to this. That's an adjustment for most of them, let me tell you.
Gatsky moves over to second. Rhodes now standing on first with Easton Gahan stepping in for his first at bat tonight. He rips it, but right at the shortstop. It's knocked down, and they'll get out the runner at second.
A great attempted double play, though, there between short and second. That looked routine and crisp, how cleanly they actually did turn that.
That was Luke Bushy, the shortstop. He's had a very solid tournament so far for Poland. Taking off and running. So Mason stills a bag. 2 runners now in scoring position, and Nathaniel Bill stepping up, looking for his second hit so far of the tournament.
Base hit here ties the game.
Bill, kind of a half swing at that one. And he'll drive in one, so an RBI hit. Gatsky coming home, and it's 2-1 now. Mason getting on the board.
By Beal there to just outside pitch, went with it. Something you can't teach a kid. Take the outside pitch the other way, hit it to the first baseman, made a routine play, still got the RBI.
The oldest player on the team now, Damian Gutierrez. Actually, the only 11-year-old on the team I thought was kind of an interesting tidbit for this Mason squad. Mostly 10-year-olds out there, the one veteran, and then a couple of 9-year-olds. So probably, for most standards on the roster, a younger Mason club.
And a team that you're going to be watching out for the next couple years if they're loaded with 10-year-olds.
Facts. Gutierrez looks at that one downstairs, catches the corner. So 2-2. It's been hitting for a lot of average, too. 660 so far in the tourney. But he strikes out here. Carcetti marches Poland off the field here defensively. His first K of the night. They'll be back up to bat after this. Poland back up at the dish. Connor Mistovich going to get his first opportunity. And that's the 20th pitch now for Gavin Gatsky. Both pitchers in that first inning with identical 19 pitch counts.
And both well-thrown innings for this age group. No walk or one walk. Pops that up. Second baseman makes the play. Making the kids put the bat on the ball. They're not walking in runs. They're not walking every batter they face. Very, very, very well done by both pitchers in the first inning, and gets the first out in 2 pitches this inning.
Nice grab there by Easton Gahan. Brings up now Evan McCray, who along with Gutierrez has the best batting average so far here in the state tournament. Chases upstairs there.
Hard pitch for these kids to lay off of is that one just above the letters. They think if they make contact, that's going over the fence.
Pair of balls in the strike now. Gatsky working quickly. That one drifts down just a little outside the zone.
2-2, called that a strike.
Excuse me. And takes that one right down the middle. So now we've got full count. And protecting the plate, staying alive there is Evan McCray, participating as an extra hitter here tonight. And for those of you unfamiliar with how this works, you can have up to 12 hitters in the lineup. But McCray goes down swinging. Second strikeout of the night for Gavin Gatsky.
Yeah, so you have to have at least 12. You can have as many as you want. The 12U team that we played against this year, Bellevue, actually had 14 rostered batters.
Little dribbler down the first base line, and it's 1-2-3 as Simmerling goes down. Great defensive inning for Poland. They'll be back up at the plate, looking to tie things up when we return.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the oh.report.
Back here in Bellevue, Mason with their second at-bat of the night. And it begins with Dylan Wagner. Boasts a nice OBP of 700 so far during the tournament. So typically, you can count on this guy to get at least a first.
Walk, hit, he's getting there somehow. It doesn't matter.
Great defensive inning there for Mason. Just 10 pitches for Gavin Gatsky to retire the order inside. Won't be the case here for Poland. Flipped over the third baseman's glove. Wagner on first yet again.
Third baseman made a great attempt at that. It just got over the top of the glove, but we were just talking about a 700 on base percentage.
Yeah, all he needs is just a couple more years under his belt and be a few inches taller. Might be able to make that play. How about this double up? They do get him over at second. Fantastic play made by Drake Vlasic over at first.
The pick touched the base and had the awareness to get it to second.
And now they get a pop up towards the catcher, and an even better experience for the pitching performance here of Dante Carcetti than we just saw in the top of the second.
10 pitches for for Mason.
Poland's number 12, Dante Carcetti.
That was like 5 or 6.
24 total pitches.
5.
Yeah, 5 pitches there. So we'll take one more commercial break. We'll be back. Third inning action on the way. After a speedy second inning, we are back here at Robert Peters Park in beautiful Bellevue, Ohio for the Little League International 11U Ohio State semifinals. I'm Brian Skowronski. Josh Banks is with me here tonight, and this is Alex Cornwell getting his first AB.
See if he can stroke a single or a double after the great play he just made over at first base.
Gatzke inside with that one, so it's 2 balls, no strikes. Nice pitch there by the lefty. Fouled off by Alex. They've got Josh Way coming up. He's on deck. Starting left fielder tonight.
Inside corner.
Yeah, Cornwell thought it was a tough call for him. It evens up the count. Back-to-back strikes there for Gavin. And that one sinks a little too low to load up the count. The payoff pitch. And it's in there. Called strike 3. Got him looking.
One thing you never want to do at this level is let the umpire decide for you. Go down swinging. Have some fun. That's a tough one to look at.
So Cornwell takes it. The 3rd strikeout here tonight for Gavin Gatzke. And Josh Way shows bunt and fouls that one back for strike 1.
First bunt we've seen shown so far through 2 full innings.
These kids are up here looking to swing, trying to get on base, do some damage.
Hitters quality defense, 2-1 through almost through 2 innings. You can't ask for better baseball. These kids are 9, 10, and 11 years old, and they're making plays and doing things that I just talked to you. We don't see it at the high school level.
Yeah, definitely some great fundamentals, so hats off to both coaches out here. For Mason, Jim Wagner says he's been coaching basically this entire crew for the last 5 years. So that's pretty cool to get them when they're 5'6", and then lead them up through the ranks. Another great pitch here for Gatsky, and it's back-to-back Ks. He's heating up.
He's heating up. He's throwing strikes, and Mason's throwing it around.
Back to the top of the order with number 22, Macy O'Bannon.
So back to the top of the order with Macy O'Bannon. Single down the third base line last time he was up, but he pops out here, and that'll end the offensive half here for Poland.
Top of the third, the first inning went pretty quick. It was 2-1, but these last two inning and a half have gone.
We're breezing through this thing, buddy.
I mean, we're going to play a 6-inning baseball game in under an hour and a half at the rate we're going right now.
And with that, we're
All the Little League International up the side.
well, top-notch facilities out here. You've treated us fantastic since we have arrived, and I love what you just told us about a half inning ago. You're walking around, you're shaking hands, you're talking to these parents, and you just want it to be the best possible experience you can have all week.
Oh, absolutely. This is for all the kids and their parents. They travel here hours away, spending money. The best we could do is make sure they're all happy and have a great time. You know, we want this a memorable experience for all kids. You know, this might be the only time they get to come here. Let's let them celebrate and have a great time.
Absolutely. Show them the best that Bellevue, Ohio has to offer. And so far, so good. We've got some great weather. And how about the baseball out there? Both of these teams getting some quality pitching. We've seen some great defensive efforts. And then also had the batter's box. You know, some of these kids, they're hitting at opposite fields. It's this is big time out here for some 9, 10, and 11-year-olds.
Oh, this is elite right here. So get to the semifinals here. I mean, we've had great games all week, honestly. We've had 8-inning games, 2 or 3. We've had like 5 extra inning games already in this tournament. I mean, the quality level is perfect here. Come to an 11U tournament and see this level of ball. You can't ask for anything better than this. And it's free to get in.
You got to love that the most.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
You're not paid. You're getting your money's worth all day long for these games. Then, you know, after every game we feed. We have plenty of sponsors. We're feeding every team. Most nights we've been able to feed the parents after the game. So it saves a lot of money for all of them. It creates a memorable experience for everybody above. Plus, having you guys here is extremely grateful for you guys to travel up here as well. We're extremely thankful for it.
Yeah, this is fantastic. We almost never venture away from the high school levels, but you reached out during the summer months. You caught us at a good time. And we love highlighting these youngsters when we can, and especially at this level. This has been a treat to watch so far here, and looking forward to the rest of this game and just this tournament overall. You already touched on these are a lot of elite kids, but from kind of all over this region, huh? They come from all over to the state tournament.
Yeah, we've had North Canton was here. Obviously, we had Bellevue in it. Mason, they're down from Cincinnati. Poland, they're from Youngstown. We've had Olentangy was here earlier. A few other ones I'm sure I'm missing, but yeah, it's all over Ohio. I mean, you get the best 11-year-olds playing Little League International right here in Bellevue this week. Can't ask for anything better than that. The elite level they're playing at is extraordinary we've seen this week.
Yeah, very cool that we got a team from Youngstown battling a team from the Cincinnati area right now. And then tomorrow they got a team from up around Cleveland and Cuyahoga waiting.
Yeah, Cuyahoga Falls, they've played lights out. I mean, they earned their spot in the championship. It should be an interesting game. Whoever wins this will have them tomorrow, and it's going to be exciting. Can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, each of these two teams, their only loss so far in this tournament to Cuyahoga. So anytime that's the case, there's a little bit of, nervousness probably going into that game, but also, man, to get back the chip on your shoulder, that's a cool thing.
Yeah, it's hard to beat a team twice, as we all know. You've seen it many times. You may beat them once. The second time is so much harder. So, when one of these teams wins tonight and they beat Cuyahoga Falls the first game tomorrow, we will immediately play another game right after that. We'll be in a doubleheader tomorrow, and, the winner takes all at that point.
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll be back same time on the airwaves, 6 p.m. for the first pitch for that one. And then assuming that the underdog does come out and win and knock off Cuyahoga, it's going to be right away then, huh?
Right away, yep. Quick time to reset, maybe change some umpire positions around, and we're going to rock.
Sounds great. Yeah, looking forward to being back here for the championship. And when it's crowned, we got trophies, we got medals. What are these kids getting?
So each team will get a banner. They'll get medals. And this year we actually went out and we bought rings for the champions, and the runners-up will actually get a ring along to go with their medals and banners to take home with them.
So a big-time experience for all these kids coming out here, and I'm sure for the parents, maybe an ice cream or something that they'll treat the kids to. Sprinkles if you're a champion, maybe not if you come out the other way.
Yeah, we've had a lot of food vendors and ice cream out here all week, so they've got their full of that, but we can actually make something special for them.
Looks like we're back to the top of the lineup here with Gatsky. but he will pop out here to the shortstop, and that will end the third. 2-1 still the score. Matt, thanks so much for the time, bud.
Thank you. Very quick inning. We're moving right along here. Thank you guys for coming up.
Of course. Take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Fourth inning on the way.
Official pitch count now.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the oh.report.
Back here in Bellevue, Ohio for the Little League International 11U Ohio State semifinals. Brian Skowronski and now Joshua Banks joining me yet again. Big ups to Matt Lewis, not just, out here putting on a great show, but making sure that everybody's comfortable. I think that's such a cool perspective from his end, understanding that these teams are from all over the state of Ohio. They're staying in town here, and they just want to put the best foot forward, not just for Little League International, but for Bellevue, Ohio. That's the type of dude you want in charge.
Well, and what's funny is you talk about that. Bellevue gets to host the 11U this year. So they play 3 different age divisions for the state of Ohio. They play 10U, 11U, 12U. And every division state tournament is hosted by a different district. So you've got teams from all over the state. Phenomenal play by the shortstop there. And we've got 2 pitches, 2 outs to start the 4th inning. Mason's coach said he was going to use 3 pitchers. But
maybe not.
This kid's cruising. I wouldn't be taking him out anytime soon.
Yeah, Gavin Gatsky, he's rolling right along right now, not near his pitch count at all as we're in the 4th inning, and you complimented the backhanded play there by the shortstop. That's Nathaniel Bill. That's the second nice play that he's made tonight.
Yeah, first pitch goes to the center fielder. He comes in, makes a routine play. That one, backhand play by the shortstop. That one goes right back up the middle. It's going to be a single, but that's a scary situation right there.
Hard hit ball right back at Gatsky. And so it will land Dante Carcetti over on first. So he's now 1 for 2, an RBI fielder's choice back in the first.
And now we're going to have a special pinch runner on first for Carcetti because he is the pitcher and there's 2 outs. So Little League allows you to have a special pinch runner for your pitcher or catcher with 2 outs. With there being 12 guys on the roster, it's got to be the last out.
This one gets away from the catcher. Now Jorby's able to find it. But it does allow the runner to advance over to second base. So in scoring position, Poland with a 2-1 edge right now on our Northern Spray Foam scoreboard.
And a quick 3-0 count here. Way ahead for the batter.
That one in there for strike 1.
See if Gatsky can recool himself, battle his way back in this count, and get out of this inning with another 0.
Bushy right back at him. He stabs it and gets out of the inning unscathed. Gotta see that one again on the MG replay. How about he had a chance at the last one and then totally redeems himself with the snare.
Stepped off to the side, grabbed it with the glove. Nice, easy toss. He said, you got me once, you ain't getting me twice.
Whew. We've got 4.5 in the books. We'll see you guys back here for the bottom half right after this. Mason back up to bat here in the bottom half of the fourth. Starting things off with Rowan Rhodes. Started things tonight with a walk. Back in the bottom half of the first. And a big cut here. Falling to a 0-2 hole.
Mr. on base, let's see how he handles an 0-2 position. Choke up, shorten your stance. Is a team swing, not a me swing. That's what we tell the kids.
Carcetti still Dylan. The 0-2 pitch from the bump. And he sends that one a little bit upstairs for ball one.
Tough pitch to lay off of at this age is that one that's just above the letters.
Now reaches back for a fastball. And Rhodes catches a piece of it to keep the AB alive. Outside. 2-2 now the count to Rhodes.
Battle back to even. Now you battle back to get ahead. Go up 3-2.
And another one. So the deck fully loaded here for Rhodes. Carcetti, the payoff pitch. And he'll miss. So 2 walks now for Rowan.
Talked about him earlier, 700 OBP. Finds a way to get on.
And that'll bring up Easton Gahan. Hit into a fielder's choice his first at bat, but a .333 average so far here at State. Misses with that one too.
That's 5 straight balls by Carcetti.
Looking to regain his edge, but he'll miss that one down in the dirt. So Rhodes heads over to second, and it's a hitter's count.
6 straight, runner on second. Definitely a take position if you're the batter. See a strike, maybe even see 2.
Gahan will allow this one to go right over the meat of the plate. And a nice bounce back for Carcetti. And sends in some cheddar again. I mean, he wasted no time with that pitch. A little bit of frustration out there on his face.
Carcetti needs to take a breath, slow himself down, gets too much in a rush, which kids at this age do. Kids at any level do, whether it's a 9-year-old on the mound or a 17-year-old on a high school mound. They get in that rush. They get out of their rhythm, they get out of their zone, and they throw 7 out of 8 pitches for a ball.
4th walk issued so far for Carcetti. And a big thank you to our generous sponsors coming together, bringing us out here tonight. How about MG Carpet Care for all your cleaning services out here in Northwest Ohio, including obviously the Bellevue area. Hit them up. Check out all their services at mgcarpetcare.com. Our MVP sponsor tonight will be the Elite Fitness and Barbell Club. If you're looking to get fit, a lot of barbells laying around at 884 West Main Street here in Bellevue. And then Northern Spray Foam for residential, commercial, and industrial. Hit them up at 419-217-8126.
Beal head here 2-1. Carcetti needs to try to find another strike, which he doesn't. Definitely another hitter's count, and if you're Poland, you really do not want to walk the bases loaded with nobody out.
Nice pitch there. Dante feels like he's a little bit emotional right now. I think a couple of strikes could go a long way to settling him in. But that one sneaks away from the catcher, and the bases are checked. And none down so far here in the 4th.
Big inning opportunity for Mason.
See if Dante can work his way out of this. Looks like the catcher wants to come out, has a little message for him. And I think this is the proper mood, especially at this age. I mean, I still get overly emotional when things don't go my way. I'm almost 40, so when you're on the mound, probably 10 years old, sometimes just get a nice message from your buddies out there. change things up, get out of the bad rhythm and mojo that you feel like you've landed in, and try to emerge and just do what you've done all game.
Well, and it's different at this level. A coach can come out and talk to you, and it's not going to calm you down. But when one of the guys that you've been playing all summer with walks out to you and says, hey, look, just breathe, it hits different. It feels different for these kids. First pitch strike after the talk from his whole infield. That was the whole team out there talking to him to try to calm him down, not just the catcher, and you love to see that.
And working very quickly here is Dante in this inning. He's been pretty speedy from there, but seems like in this inning especially. Upstairs with the last 2 pitches. Gutierrez, a big cut there. So make it 2-2 count.
This would be a huge out for Dante if he can calm his nerves right here, throw this last strike. Steps off, takes a breath.
Damian chases after that one.
Gets a piece.
Just barely. So the at-bat stays alive here for Gutierrez. Carcetti looking to get the first out. Sizzles that one over the inside of the plate. Strike 3 called. Got him looking.
I don't know if it was a changeup or what it was, but that was an off speed of some sort that just floated to that inside corner.
Froze Damian right in his tracks. Strikeouts in each of his ABs tonight. That sets the stage, though, for Dylan Wagner, with an on-base percentage now over 700. This kid's been killing it the entire state tournament. Looking to drive in a run here.
And he's 1 for 1 today with a single, I do believe.
Looped it over the third baseman's head last time he was up. And it definitely feels like for Carcetti, you know, that mound meeting and the visit from coach, he settled in a little bit. This one right back to him, goes down to his knees, and he gets the force out at home. Best case scenario here for Poland to put 2 down in the books.
2 down, walks the bases loaded, gets the next 2 batters, and now he has a chance to get out of the inning without allowing a run. Best case scenario for Carcetti and this Poland team.
Especially after walking 4 of the previous 5 batters. Now it's the lefty, Ian Jarbo.
Great swing.
1-1 count. Dante with the pitch. This one taken on the fly there by the first baseman, Drake Vlasic. After loading up the bases, 3 straight down in order, Josh.
What more can you ask for if you're a head coach? Your pitcher struggles, walks 3 consecutive, comes out, strikes out the 4-hole, I think, 4 or 5-hole. Then gets a grounder to himself to get the force out at home, gets a pop out to the first baseman. That's composure from an 11-year-old. You can't ask for anything more.
We have played 4 on the way from Bellevue in just a minute.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the oh.report.
clutch finish to the bottom half of the fourth inning for Poland out in the field. Dante Carcetti gets himself in trouble, loads the bases, but gets 3 consecutive outs to maintain the lead here for Poland. 2-1 as we enter the 5th. I'm Brian. Josh Banks with me here tonight. Great baseball being played. We've seen a little bit of everything so far here in the state semifinal game, and each of these teams, I think, have proven themselves pretty worthy of a second shot at Cuyahoga Falls tomorrow if they were to advance.
I'll tell you what, you see these two teams and the kind of baseball they're playing, and you think that's a great swing back up the middle by Holtz. But a great job by the outfielder to keep it in front and doesn't allow a double. I was talking to the gentleman, home plate umpire here. He's been out here all week doing these games. There's a Little League home run term that a lot of people use where you hit a ground ball to the outfield, it gets by the outfielder, and score a home run off of it.
Yes.
He said he hasn't seen that yet this week.
These are the absolute best players, 11 years old and under, converging here into Bellevue for a great week of baseball. And it's all coming down to this, folks. Cuyahoga Falls has already punched their ticket into tomorrow's final. The winner here tonight will face them 6 p.m. right back here at Robert Peters Park. And we will be back to live stream that action again. Chopper down to third. They get the leadoff runner. And nice play there by the third baseman, Dylan Wagner.
Awareness, baseball IQ, these kids have it all, and they're showing it all tonight.
Number 11, Connor Mistovich.
Connor Mistovich popped up to second his last time up.
Coach has an interesting question here, and I was kind of waiting for it to happen. So in Little League, they implemented it's not in the rule book, but it's a slide rule, right? You slide to avoid contact. You slide to avoid the play. So Mason's coach is now questioning, hey, my third baseman made a play. We could have potentially turned a double play, but that kid didn't slide. He ran through the bag. So that's a conversation they're going to have right now. And if they see that, they'll overturn that as we're going to look at it again. It's interesting, but the kid wasn't able to throw the ball from second to first because the kid didn't slide. He was in the way. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see what they're talking about.
And I love the demonstration from Coach Jim Wagner. I mean, he broke it down pretty well there about 3 times. And on our MG Carpet Care replay, great look at it. I don't think even if he would have had a cannon over to first that they're getting the double play. So this is probably the correct call, I think, from the umpires to just let it be.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. It's a tough play at this level to make, period, to turn a double play. And on a ball to third, most teams, I mean, even through the ranks, struggle to make that play third to second all the way to first.
We have seen a double play here tonight. It was turned by the Poland defense, though.
A 1-6 double play, not something you see very often.
1-2 count now here on Connor Mistovich.
Gatsky still on the mound through 5.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, was told before the game that likely we would see Gutierrez next, as this one finds a little open plot of land, and it's in there, so runners at the corners now for Poland and just 1 down.
Poland with a great opportunity here to extend their lead from 2-1. But we've seen Mason load the bases in the bottom of the 4th. Their pitcher got out of it. Let's see if Gatsky can get himself out of it. Scoreless.
Bit of a pressure cooker spot right here, as Gatsky probably wisely allows the runner to advance to second. Sometimes that can be a trap. Obviously, you throw it down there, and looks like the first base umpire said he took off early.
Yeah, great call by the first base umpire. And I was talking to Matt Lewis, who you guys got to hear earlier about that. That's one of those plays where we don't always catch that as an umpire. We're focused on other things going on in the game. That first base umpire has the responsibility of that runner at first and to watch a check swing. So it's not something we always catch. Great job by him to catch that.
And it's a tough judgment call, too, because it's after the ball crosses the plate, so it's not when it hits the catcher's mitt.
Interesting that they haven't sent him yet, because the catcher's not going to make that throw because you don't want to allow that run. Great swing.
Yeah, ripped into right, but the catch made on the fly. No tag up, so that'll be 2 down. And a solid catch by Will Colvin out and right to keep this just a 1-run game.
Kept his momentum coming forward, caught that ball in the air, and made the throw. I tell you what, if they tag up, he's probably hosed, because that was a great throw by the right fielder.
Sawyer Simmerlink dribbled to the first base side. His only at bat so far. And you're right, there is the stolen base. So McCray standing on second.
Gatsky still going strong.
Kopac's over on third. A ball and 2 strikes now.
Big pitch here.
From Gatsky, it comes, and he gets it in there. Strike 3 called. Got him looking.
Another
5K.
job. Another job by Gatsky, just like we seen from Dante in the top half of the inning, or in the bottom half of the 4th to the top half of the 5th. These pitchers don't want to give anything up. He got out of a jam. Scoreless. We're still 2-1 after 4.5.
Mason, though, down to their last 6 outs. We'll see what they do in the bottom half of the 5th when we return. As we welcome you back here to Bellevue, 1 pitch, 1 hit here for Will Colvin. There's a good look at it right there, in between the shortstop and third baseman, as he trots his way over for a lead-off single to get the party started here in the bottom of the 5th for Mason.
Great swing by Colvin. Great thing you want to do here. Come out, take the lead if you're Mason. You go up 3-2 right now. Your pitcher comes out and shuts him down. Hey, you ain't got to hit again. Your game's over. This is a very important inning if you're Mason.
Looks like we're going to get some activity over in the bullpen area now for Poland. And they headed out to the bullpen without a ball, so that's what the stop of the action is. They didn't want to ghost the pitch for too long over there. As this one slices, but will make its way down to the dirt.
Looks like it's Mistovich down there warming up for Poland, probably to come out for the 6th.
Here's Blake Tobin now at the plate. 286 average so far through the state tournament. He's done his best work on the mound as a pitcher. Leads the entire state with 11 strikeouts so far.
That's impressive. Good stick so far, too. Hit the ball well, pitches well. I would guess, I haven't looked to see when he pitched last, but probably somebody that would see the mound tomorrow in a state championship game if he's available.
He's ahead in the count, 3-1. And this one slices out of play. So it'll be a full count. Dante Carcetti still up there on the bump. And looking to get the most out of him before we assume They're going to turn it over here to Connor Mistovich. Payoff pitch, down low.
Similar to start to the last inning, only he gave up a single and then a walk.
Carcetti now.
6th walk of the evening for Carcetti. And on the other side, I don't think he's walked anybody.
No walks tonight for Gavin Gatsky.
In batting, number 82, Colton.
And now it's a 1-1 count here to Colton Kress. Still searching for his first hit of the state tournament, but he lays down a beautiful bunt to advance the runners.
Great job by Carcetti to get the out, but you can't ask for a better bunt out of crease. Advance the runners. You got 2nd and 3rd now, 1 out.
Stepping up, ready to bat.
And the pitch count starting to get closer here for Dante Carcetti. As he throws in ball 1 here to Stash Simek.
Lead off right around the corner though for Mason, and that's how you're looking at this if you're the head coach Wagner. Coach Wagner stands up. He's going to do everything he can to get on base, but if he doesn't, you're flipping this to the top of the lineup with runners on 2nd and 3rd.
Come on, Stosh, put it on the ground. Put it in play.
The 1-1 pitch down low, gets away from the catcher. And electing not to try to come in and tie the game there from 3rd, Will Colvin.
Tough read on that bounce. Might have been able to take off. He hesitated just a little bit.
So they play it safe. And now it's a 2-2 count. Or strike 3, excuse me. So Simek sits down on the 4th strikeout tonight for Dante Carcetti.
And here's Gatsky. Here's the arm on the other side as your leadoff bat, and now a chance to give yourself the lead with a base hit.
Gatsky looks really comfortable up there. This one hit
Eats
and
him
it
up. It's
gets
going to get all the way
away.
to the fence.
Rolls back, so 2 runs will score here for Mason. They take their first lead of the game, sliding into 3rd and staying there. Gavin Gatsky.
He did exactly what he's supposed to do. He helped himself on the mound by a hard hit ball to the 2nd baseman.
Number 12.
That's not an error at all. That's a hard hit ball that he just couldn't field. And that's one of those almost Little League home runs that got all the way to the fence. And that's that 3-2 lead that Mason now has going into the top of the 6th.
So Gatsky lands on 3rd, and I think officially, that'd probably be single, double. We'll give him a couple. So
Give him a double with a
2 RBI double. Biggest swing of the night. And this one again, that was very similar to what we saw just a couple of pitches ago where Gatsky, kind of in between. Do I go? Do I go?
Well, and I think as the coach on 3rd is one of those situations where you just took the lead. You do not want to make the last out at home. So that's always my rule of thumb. I don't want to make the 1st out or the 3rd out at home. But boy, oh boy, that would have been a big run.
4 straight balls thrown to Rowan Rhodes. And he's 3 at-bats. Well, really no at-bats because he's got 3 walks now.
That's a great number 2 hitter. High on base. Leadoff guy does a job. Your number 2 guy gets on base, whether it's a hit, a walk, getting hit by a pitch, whatever have you. And now you've got your big sticks coming up in 3 and 4 with 2 guys on.
It's Easton Gahan coming up next. Hit into a fielder's choice in the 1st, walked the last inning. And now we will get a pitching change. Connor Mistovich.
Dante Carcetti exits the game with 88 pitches.
88 pitches for Carcetti tonight.
Number 11, Connor Mistovich.
It's not a bad game for an 11-year-old. 88 pitches through almost 5 complete innings. What more can you ask for out of the kid?
Yeah, really solid, and we love what we saw from him in that 4th inning. I mean, that's hitting like the bottom of the barrel, the lowest of lows. 3 straight walks. Had walked 4 out of 5 guys. You can tell he was in his own head, very emotional. Settles in, no outs, and then gets 3 in a row. That's what I think I'll remember out of Dante Carcetti the most here tonight.
Absolutely. You get the 3 big outs after 3 consecutive walks. And I'll tell you what, you can't even be mad at yourself for what just happened. You know, the kids are taught, hey, put the bat on the ball. You're taught to throw strikes, let your infield and outfield work behind you. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. The kid hit a ball hard that the second baseman just couldn't field.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you folks live and free thanks to the good folks over at Northern Spray Foam. If you need services in commercial space, industrial, as well as residential here in Bellevue, Ohio, hit them up, 409-217-8126. Elite Fitness and Barbell Club here in Bellevue, located at 884 West Main Street. Contact them today to get your own membership, 419-483-7002. And mgcarpetcare.com, home of MG Cleaning Services. Check them out for all your cleaning needs in Northwest Ohio. That's an RBI hit for Gahan. Gatsky comes in to score. It's 4-2 Mason.
And that's that 3-hole doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Now you're 1st and 2nd, 2 outs, cleanup hitter here. Beals had a great stick the whole tournament.
Nathaniel Bill had an RBI clear back in the 1st. Now he's got runners on 1st and 2nd. Mistovich misses with that fastball.
Just away.
The 2-1 pitch. That's outside as well.
Make an adjustment on the mound if you're Connor. Slide third base side a little bit. You're missing away. Let your arm slot fall more towards the batter. Just like that.
Dialed that one up beautifully. Evens up the counter, loads it at 3-2. And that one just by his glove. But they'll get the runner over at 2nd to end the threat. Mason, though, puts a 3-spot up on the board. They lead it 4-2. Poland needs at least a pair of runs when we come back to try to extend.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the oh.report.
Welcome you back for the top of the 6th here at Robert Peters Park in Bellevue, side of the Little League International 11U Ohio State Tournament. This is the semifinals, folks, and Gavin Gatsky still on the mound here for money time. What does that mean on the OH Report if you're just joining us for the first time ever? Well, you know, when you're looking to cash those checks, go through that ATM, Josh, and walk away a big winner, that's exactly what we're looking at right here for Mason. Just 3 outs away from punching their ticket into the finals in a second date against Cuyahoga Falls.
Not how you want to start the at-bat, though, if you're Mason. 3-0. He swings 3-0, ropes it to right.
So Alex Cormel earns his way onto the first base bag. And that'll get him to Josh Way coming up in the number 12 spot.
This is going to get interesting now. This is going to get interesting. So they're not allowed to be out of the dugout. He was out of the dugout, and the ball hit him.
So I'm trying to eavesdrop a little bit here as Jim Wagner, head coach for Mason, is chit-chatting with the home plate umpire.
As we got the DA with the rule book out as well. They're going to leave him at first base. Leave the play as is. Again, I think the correct call.
Yeah, you'd hate to penalize the kid who just swung at a 0-3 pitch and then got on base. Bunt laid down by Way. It's perfect. Big collision. Wow. He just ran right through the first baseman.
We'll see what's going to happen here.
So Easton Gahan, he is down in a heap.
Umpires are going to have a conversation as well.
He was trying to back up the bag and just wrong place, wrong time. That's where you want your second baseman to be.
Well, I think what they're trying to figure out here as far as the umpires go is it was an overthrow. Does the runner on the overthrow get to second if he's not collisioned with? So if they don't run into each other there, is that runner able to turn and go to second? I think that's the conversation that's happening right now.
So the umpires, I think, when they've had interesting scenarios pop up tonight, they've done the right thing each time. We would expect nothing less here, and definitely didn't look to me like Josh Way was in the wrong.
No.
Just somewhat poor positioning there by Easton Gahan. You got to allow the runner to charge through first base, especially after laying down such a clean bunt like that. Sixth inning.
Beautiful bunt to advance the runner, and he ends up beating it out.
That's about as good as you can place it.
Yeah.
So if anything, I think you're right. The discussion would be, should Poland benefit here?
So I think the other part of this discussion is, I understand the discussion of the runner going from first to second, but I think that wouldn't even be a discussion if there wasn't a runner on second right now. Right? If that runner was on third, it was a first and third situation, this probably would not be a discussion. But because there's a runner on second, then you would have to assume as an umpire, this is where umpiring is not fun because it's all judgment.
Yes.
You have to make that judgment call of that guy would have advanced to allow that guy to advance before you can allow them to advance without anything.
I think odds are, based on what you just said, that's one too many factors. Will likely see Poland remain with runners on first and second, but none down here. Great start, because that's your 11 and 12 hitters, and you're right back up to Bannon, Vlasic, and Vrona.
Exactly where you want to be if you're Poland. You need two to keep it rolling. You need two to tie the game. And your 1, 2, 3 are now up with the tying run on first base. Your 12 guy to be able to put that kind of bunt down.
Yeah.
And you talk about it all the time at this level. You see it at this level. Normally, you know, you see these teams, they come into state, and they've got 9 really, really solid players. And you've got a couple kids that are here because they're good, but they struggle at the plate or they struggle in the field. Both of these teams we've seen tonight, 10, 11, 12, are going to hit the ball. They're going to put the ball in play, and they're going to make you make a play. There's no outs. There's no guaranteed outs at this level in this game anymore.
And a big round of applause now as Easton Gahan up, moving around.
Still in pain.
There was no question. I think he got that wind knocked out of him. And, that's what sportsmanship's all about. Big hug there at first base between him and Josh Way. And very clearly, Josh did not go out of his way, no pun intended, to hit him. He was just standing on the tracks when the train was coming through, and there was just not any slowing down with the momentum that he had flowing. So for Mason now, likely we'll have to replace Easton out there.
I haven't seen anybody get loose.
It doesn't look like anybody in the dugout is ready to go in the game. So perhaps they're trying to give him a little bit of extra time to try to shake this off.
Not sure what Gadsky's at pitch count-wise.
Got to be getting close to that 75.
We've got to be getting close to that. Now, if he's 11, it is 85, but I believe Gutierrez was the only 11-year-old, according to what Coach said.
Yes.
So he's got to be getting very close to that pitch count. And then at that point, you haven't got anybody loose yet who, if anybody, it looks like Gahan's going to stay on the field and tough it out.
Wow.
Which is all you can ask for out of a kid.
I'm impressed. Gets a fist bump there from one of the umpires. Got to respect the game. This is a huge moment. 3 outs is what Poland's down to here. And, of course, you've been the starting second baseman throughout this state tournament. You want to be out there, help your boys, be a part of this. And does this lull affect either Gavin Gatsky or Poland in the batter's box? They had all the momentum going their way.
Coach is going to have a conversation with Gadsky now. Again, has to be close. They're pulling him.
72 pitches for Gatsky. He's done 5 strikeouts for him. Allowed the 2 runs. He was really good. And if you're just joining us, folks, both of those runs coming clear back in the first inning. Vlasic with an RBI. Carcetti as well. And then 4 innings of scoreless baseball for him before he exits here in the 6th.
And I think the other big thing to mention, too, with Gatsky is, unless he had one in this inning, which I don't think he did, he threw 5 innings of baseball and did not issue a single walk.
Yeah. At this level, you're right. That's pretty uncommon.
And you talked earlier, Gutierrez being the only 11-year-old. That means this is a 10-year-old kid that just threw 5 innings of baseball without issuing a walk. And I want to say had 6 strikeouts at least.
Yeah, I think I had him for 5. 5 Ks tonight.
No walks.
We also have a concession stand for your drinks and candy needs. That is right here behind home plate.
And 7 hits allowed here tonight for Gatsky. So he'll hand it off now to Nathaniel Beal. Quick warm-up for him. He said he's ready.
Number 22, Maceo.
Gatsky's going to go out to center field. He's going to take that center field spot, big, long lefty. It's exactly where you want to put him in this situation.
And now Maceo Bannon, opportunity to get Poland one step closer to trying to extend or even take the lead here in the top of the 6th. Tying run standing over on first, and each will advance. The first pitch out of the hand of Nathaniel Bill down in the dirt.
Now that tying run's 120 feet away. Great position.
Back-to-back balls now for Beal. As Bannon steps in and looks at ball 3.
3 pitches, 3 balls. Beal's got to take a breath and relax himself. This is a pressure situation for a young kid to be in.
And he misses with 4 straight here, so Bannon heads over to first. And now Vlasic, who had an RBI single back in the first, has a chance here with ducks floating all over the pond.
The same situation we were in back in, what was it, the 4th inning. And that's going to be a hit up the middle. It's going to score 2.
And we are tied here in Bellevue. Big time stuff. 2 RBIs, 3 total on the day, and how about 6 here in the state tournament for Vlasic? That leads everyone.
What more can you ask for out of your number 2 hitter? Everything you want. He pokes the ball up the middle, ties the game, and now the go-ahead runs on third base.
That one escapes away from the catcher. Nice jump on it, though, for Jarbo to get over there and make sure that the go-ahead run doesn't score from third.
And now you're in that same situation you were just in with Vlasic. You've got runners on second and third. A base hit up the middle is going to score too.
Vrona's made nice contacts each of his at-bats tonight. Singled in the first, grounded out to short. Couple innings back. And he'll bounce this one, little nubber towards the shortstop. And they'll get the out, but Poland takes the lead.
2 outs.
Now batting, number 12, Dante Carcetti.
Now Carcetti gets his chance. Carcetti on the day, RBI fielder's choice in the first, singled in the fourth.
Chance another RBI right here too. Give them right back to a 2-run lead. First baseman's going to get over there, can't make the play. New life for Carcetti.
Nice movement that time from Blake Tobin, too. He got there. The mitt was right where it needed to be, just couldn't squeeze it. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Bill looking to record the second out. And he'll get him swinging. Big pitch there from Nathaniel Bill.
Huge out. You get Carcetti. Now you got the lefty up. 2 outs.
And
great
a lefty,
swing by Bushy.
Ripped it. Another RBI hit. Vlasic comes in to score, and it's now a 2-run advantage. So book-ending some runs here for Poland tonight. Couple in the first, and now a crooked number 4 spot in this top half of the 6th.
All on hits.
Now Dom Holtz, who's 1 for 2 tonight. Inside outs this thing, and it lands foul down the left field line.
0-2 count, huge pitch right here for Beal. Huge pitch. Get yourself out of the inning, down 2, you still get an AB. What an off-speed pitch. Froze him in his tracks.
So Bill gets the out, but the damage is done. 6-4. Mason needs at least 2 to extend. We'll have the bottom half of the 6th right after this. The number 5 hitter for Mason is up. Damian Gutierrez, the veteran, the leader, the 11-year-old on the squad. And in a big spot here, starting off the frame against Poland's Connor Mistovic, who begins the AB with a strike. This one hops at the third
Weird
baseman.
Spin, great play.
So one down on just a couple of pitches here. And Poland just 2 outs away from advancing into tomorrow's championship.
Stepping in, number 1, Dylan Wagner.
Dylan Wagner, though, he has been a very tough out for everybody this entire tournament.
Yes, he has.
Rip that one, great piece, but it sails foul.
Steps in the box, choked up, short stride, short approach, just all around good swing.
Caught him with an off-speed pitch right there. Wagner way ahead.
Nice little off speed. Froze the batter in the last inning for Poland. And now you got Wagner way out in front. Now you come back with the heater.
And it's
throw it by
right
him.
down Main Street. So Wagner strikes out. And it all rests on the shoulders now of Ian Jorby.
Stepping in, number 99, Ian Jarbo.
Textbook pitch sequence by Mistovic right there.
Jarbo's got a 500 batting average so far here in the tournament. Foul tip that one to even up the count. 1-1, 2 down. And Mistovic, chance to try to close the door here on Mason. It's ripped right at Carcetti. He'll step on first, and that will do it. Poland heading into tomorrow's final to take on Cuyahoga Heights, looking for some redemption.
Back here tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and we'll see Poland and Cuyahoga ball.
Crazy 6th inning at the dish there. 4 spot for Poland when it looked like Mason might have robbed him there, dropping a 3 spot in the 5th. But it's the kids in blue moving on into Championship Thursday. We'll have the action, but still more to come here tonight, including an interview with our most valuable player. So drop us a comment. Let us know who you think is worthy of joining us for an MVP interview. We will have that and some post-game talk coming up on the other side. Keep it here.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the oh.report.
Drake Vlasic, the dude they call BP Drizzy here on the squad. Hey, man, big-time hit there in the 6th inning. Let's start there and just that AB and what you saw and how it worked out.
Well, I wasn't really that nervous because I knew I could do it. And I couldn't have done it without my teammates all getting on. Those big at-bats, and that helped us a lot. And that's really it.
Yeah, you guys score a couple of runs there in the 1st inning, and then you kind of go dry offensively there for about 4. What gave you the confidence in the 6th to know that you guys could get it done?
I feel like we had the energy in the 6th. We knew we could have made something happen, and we did. And and that's about it. We had the energy. We knew we were gonna go in it and hopefully come out on top, and we did.
You guys have been out here in Bellevue for quite a few days, staying around town. How much fun has you and the gang been having here over the last few?
It's been fun. The car rides have been pretty bad.
But the yips go hard. Hey, can we get some yips? Yips.
All right, so you're heading into tomorrow, Cuyahoga Falls, for the championship. I know they got you earlier in this tournament. What do you do to get them back?
We get them back! Hopefully we can play as good as we can, have the same energy that we have in the 6th inning, and also history doesn't repeat itself ever. So last year we came here, we placed 3rd place. We lost this game right here. We came in, we lost Cuyahoga Falls, and but we lost to them. We came into this game last year and we lost, and this year we won. So hopefully we could do something this year.
Yeah, another step better into the championship game. Obviously, you love your teammates here, but if you want to look right into that camera, give as many shout-outs as you want.
I don't have any.
Shout-outs to Ryan.
I don't know who to shout out.
Hit me! Maybe mom, maybe grandma.
Oh, shout out Jimmy and our injured teammate Nico.
All right, Drake Vlasic, our MVP. Here's a little goodie bag for you. We'll see you tomorrow in the finals. Back here to wrap things up from Bellevue, where the Little League International 11U Ohio State Championship game has been set. Poland punches their ticket to face Cuyahoga Heights with a 6-4 victory tonight over Mason. I'm Brian Skowronski Josh Banks with me throughout the entire course of the game. So much fun out here, some great baseball for some youngsters, and as much as your heart breaks for Mason, you're equally as happy for Poland. You saw in that post-game interview, this is what sports are all about. These kids, they're jacked up, and they're excited to move on to that final.
I tell you what, the energy level that those kids just had during that post-game interview was one of the best I've seen all year. And they're going to bring that same energy tomorrow night when they play Cuyahoga Falls, a team, again, they already lost to once this tournament. They're out for revenge, and they're out to win a ring and get a state championship.
And for Mason, the good news for them, even though, obviously you're disappointed right now. You had the lead going into the 6th inning, and you dropped this one. It's almost all 10-year-olds, a couple of 9-year-olds, just one kid that's going to be moving up to the higher levels in Damian Gutierrez. So you would expect that they would have a great opportunity to have the horses in the barn to come out, get back here at this point again next season.
But as we heard Coach walking out, they're probably going to play up again next year. So they're going to have a team full of 11-year-olds playing at that 12U level. But these kids that I just watched here tonight can go compete at any level.
Sure.
And they're going to give anybody a run for their money.
So our hats off to Mason. We salute them, their coaching staff, and their community, getting that group picture right now. They've had a ton of fun out here all week, staying at the RRI, as they put it. And they've seen all the sights and sounds around Bellevue. It sounds like they've really made the most out of their experience here. But for Poland, moving into the championship game, we heard from Drake. He said Cuyahoga Falls got him in the semifinals last year. Now they get to play him in the championship game this year. A lot of familiarity, and there's going to be a ton of sizzle to the game, the championship tomorrow.
Well, and I do believe that in the winner's bracket final, which was yesterday, that's when Poland lost their first game to Cuyahoga. So they just played them yesterday.
Yeah.
They're ready. They're going to be ready to go. And I would think they're going to have their best arms ready to go, because you know Cuyahoga, who hasn't lost yet in this tournament, they're undefeated. They're going to have their best arms, and they're going to just try to end it in one game.
And if Drake Vlasic knows what he's talking about, history indeed does not repeat itself at all. So we'll be moving on into a second game in the double elimination if history indeed does not repeat itself tomorrow. But for tonight, that is going to wrap up our coverage here in Bellevue. Victory for Poland. They stunned Mason a bit with 4 runs there in their offensive half of the 6th to steal the ball game. They are moving on, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow, 6 p.m. first pitch, Cuyahoga Falls in Poland for the championship. Big shout out to all of our generous sponsors combining today to bring you the live and free coverage, including the MG carpet cleaning crew, and then the Barbell fitness guys here in Bellevue, as well as the Northwest foam spray. Thank you also to my great team, of course. Couldn't do it without any of y'all. Adam Thompson, our producer director, Jory Hollenbeck on the camera. For Joshua Banks, I'm Brian Skowronski. So long for Bellevue. We'll see you again tomorrow, 6 p.m.